I'm in Nice, France at TM Forum Live 2015. I'm joined now by Ian Richardson from Vodafone. So Ian, how can operators expand to occupy the entire digital services value chain through service innovation?
For me, it's about the operator acquiring new skills. And part of that is about the operators becoming less insular, more open to partnerships, opening up their networks to allow other people to have traffic and services on it, and basically being less concerned about their bottom line and more concerned about the general activity level and the sophistication of the interactions that are happening across the network.
What unique advantages do mobile operators have in mobile money?
An operator has typically a lot of customers on a network. Yeah? Those customers are interacting using voice and text bilaterally with each other. And increasingly, customers are interacting with businesses using data across the network. Using the network to carry money is no different. And typically, especially in emerging markets, an operator's network is more pervasive than any other infrastructure. And commerce is about connecting people in a way which people can trust, is secure and safe. And really, those are the elements that an operator can bring to mobile money.
Ian, Vodafone M-Pesa has had great success in unbanked markets. How commercially significant is it to Vodafone?
The service is hugely commercially significant to the people who use and rely on it every day. In Kenya, depending on you account for it, it's certainly responsible for more than 30% of the economy, and the government reports more than 40% of the economy. I mean, imagine when the service is not there, you don't have any money, your friends don't have any money, you can't pay for your food, you can't pay for your health care, you can't pay even for your journey home. Yeah? Or typically, your bus driver can't accept payment because the only payment he accepts is M-Pesa. So literally the whole economy just comes to a grinding halt. People sit down. They can't do anything. They wait for the platform to come back and they get up. We have had occasions in the long historical past when the service was less reliable, where we had to have armed guards in the stores because people were so angry that the service they relied on wasn't there. Fortunately, those days are long in our past, and Vodafone learnt some really hard lessons about when you look after something that belongs to your customers, which is the unique thing about mobile money. You're looking after your customers' money. Typically, a telco is looking after things that it's produced on its network, and it can just produce more of. But if you lose your customers' money, you lose their trust in a big way, and it's hugely significant to the Vodafone customer relationship that we look after that extremely well.
And what are the social benefits to end users and the communities they live in?
One of the things you see with mobile money is velocity. So everything is real time, everything is instantaneous. So if I send money thousands of miles, that money arrives instantaneously and it can move again, and it does. Yeah? So there's huge confidence and trust built where people who have very little money always know where that money is. It doesn't disappear in between accounts somewhere and reappear a couple of days later, which is what people are used to with the traditional banking systems. It's either in my wallet or your wallet, the same way I would hand over physical cash. And what that means is when somebody rings up and says, please can you send me some goods on the next bus, I'm sending you the money. They know that the goods are on the next bus because they know the money arrived. You haven't got to send the money on one bus, wait for it to arrive, maybe it disappears, maybe the bus driver lost it, and maybe that was all the money you had to buy those goods, and then your business is in trouble because actually the goods don't arrive on the next bus. So it's improved the ability for people to travel and send money home safely, hugely. It's improved security because when people travel, they don't physically travel with cash on them. The cash is locked away in the network. And it means that when people ask for help, it can be given. There are lots of great examples now in Kenya where when there's like when they had some of the recent terrorist attacks, the government publishes a number, Safaricom runs that number for free, and within hours, even in a poor country like Kenya, everyone's given a little bit. Everyone's contributed from their M-Pesa balance, even if it's only a few shillings. And they very rapidly run up hundreds of thousands of pounds in disaster relief. So that's kind of the example of how it can create a kind of virtual community within the country and really bring people together to support each other.
Finally, what are the key trends in mobile money and what is Vodafone's strategy?
When people see mobile money, they talk about sending money to each other. And I think what Vodafone and with Safaricom and Vodacom has cracked is the fact that the mobile money platform becomes a meeting place for e-commerce, underpinned by the security and reliability of the mobile network. And so even from the furthest, most remote reaches of some of the most rural parts of Africa, you can carry on electronic commerce. And that's not just between individuals, but between the government and individuals, between companies who need to pay their employees, and also between businesses themselves. So there's an emergence of B2B transactions across mobile money. So it really is developing into an ecosystem where people come together to transact, to actually enjoy the kind of financial freedoms that we take for granted in the West, that have long been denied to the underprivileged. And Vodafone's really just going to push that agenda, because M-Pesa started as a charity project, and there's still huge charitable elements of M-Pesa which people don't realise.
Thanks, Ian. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
You're welcome. Thank you, George.